Hey guys, welcome back to Operation A5. Today we'll be talking about relationships and how in my waiting season I was able to find a beautiful fiance. I hope it blesses you guys as it did to us.
All right, boys. So today we're going to talk about relationships and how to handle them and what our, life has been with our relationships. And I think we can even talk about more than just,
Romantic ones.
Romantic ones. We could talk about our friendships. We could talk about our relationship with our parents, our relationship with our pastors, our mentors,
Yeah.
But, because I think that is, again, community is important. But how we handle those communities is even more important, right? That's where we see what God wants for us when it comes to our circle. But we touched on it in the last episode, but I think really, right now is the time for it. Chris, you're no longer just a boyfriend, man.
Yeah.
You're
Fiance.
you're a finance now.
Finance.
You're a finance, which is, again, my brother, congratulations, bro.
Thank you.
We love you, man, and we wish you and Diana the best. We can't wait to party it up.
100%.
Are we gonna get a party?
Heck yeah, no dry wedding, baby.
Oh my god.
You want me to light? Oh, dry wedding, guys.
No. You're good, bro. Listen, hey, it is what it is, bro. We gonna do a little champagne toast. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Yeah.
All righty, but yeah, Chris. What I really want you to do, bro, is walk us through, man, what was your season in your singleness before Diana? Because, man, you waited and you persevered for about a year or so.
Yeah.
You got friend zoned, you got bro zoned.
Yeah,
you got
man.
all the zones minus the girlfriend zone.
Yeah, man.
So walk us through that, bro.
Yeah, man. And it came off, off a breakup. I prayed that breakup, it was a relationship that lasted longer than it was. Put it off. I was like, God, tell me it's not her. He did,
With your previous relationship.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And and I couldn't do it, so I prayed with this man. Yo, God, have her break up with me. Like
Wow, that's crazy. That's true.
Like an hour later, she calls me and she's like, "It's not gonna work."
No way. Really? I did not know that, bro.
Yeah, an hour
Dang.
later.
Then God listens, bro.
Yeah.
Be careful. Be
Careful what
with
you
your
wish
prayers.
for. Oh, careful what you pray for.
Yeah, man. And then from that, the healing season began, right?
Yeah.
The healing, the forgiving, man. And I think it really does not just forgiving the person that you dated, right? But also forgiving yourself for any damage you caused that person or any open wounds that you have open or resurface again. Because it's easy, man, bro. It didn't work out, but why it didn't work out, right? You have to take self-inventory, right, to see where it didn't work out.
Yep.
Time went on and I was like, you know what? At church, a pastor said, hey, give God 1 full year of your life and tell me how your life does not change. And I was like, you know what? I've given every other addiction, worldly addiction, right? Porn, alcohol, drugs, a shot. And I was like, you know what? Let me try this Jesus stuff, right? Come in, JC. And God really started moving and, conviction starting to hit and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I'm banged up. I really need to work on myself before I even start thinking about getting married or even having a girlfriend or the idea of a girlfriend, right? Fast forward, I think it was December 2021.
Can I ask you a question before you continue to move forward? Because I already see where you're going, but I think it's one thing that I really want you to touch on.
Yeah.
Which is how you were able to overcome that temptation. 'Cause I think a lot of the times we fall short in giving each other credit for being in those situations because you were there, and she called you and she broke up with you, but she was still
lingering.
Oh, you're talking about the ex.
Yeah.
Let's go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, man. Obviously, I was still lingering for sure, man. I was a booty call, right? I was a booty call. I would pick up, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to smash.
I remember getting calls after you were the booty call, and I was like, Chris, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah. I was still answering, right? And I was like, man, this feels wrong. But
But it feels good. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it feels good because you're still trying to figure out your whole walk with God, and one foot in, one foot out, right? And you're like, man, I could get myself some buns right now and then repent later,
Hey, listen,
keeping it real. We're keeping
we
it
all
real.
thought about it, bro. Keeping it real. Bro.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
keep
mean,
it a buck.
I mean, like, man, So, but then it hit me one point, bro, that it sounds funny, but really looking back at it, it was God the whole time, man. That, bro, I literally had sex with this girl. I came and I started
Wow.
crying,
Wow.
and I told her, it's not you. It's God. Literally.
Wow.
Right. And I remember, bro, I felt ashamed. I felt, condemned. I didn't even feel convicted. I felt condemned. And I was like, damn, bro, this sucks. This sucks. And I told her from there on, hey, look, just hit me up if you need to solve anything with the car. So we had a car together under my name, under my credit. Whatever. She will linger. And, I try to do, let's be friends. Let's be friends.
That don't work.
That don't work.
Let's
Not
hang
now when
out.
you have that soul tie.
Yeah.
Right. And then, it was, hey, come over, let's hang out. My parents are doing something. I would go, but, once it's like, it's time to like leave, I'll be like, yeah, I'll go out through the back, it's all right, I ain't trying to go in through the front because, it's easy to slip in, right? Back to what you come out of. But the moment that I said no to the temptation, right, was when, man, how is God going to bless me in my disobedience, right? Because it just doesn't go with because I slept with her, but it goes, why am I going back to where God has taken me out of?
Right.
Right. And that didn't just
You kept taking it off the cross.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And then more than that, you got to remember why God sent his son, right? Man, yes, his mercies and his grace are renewed. But man, I started already, my shift was from condemned to conviction. And man, how do I make God, right? It's impossible to please God, right? When you're not feeling convicted and you're just like, you know what? I'm going to keep doing it.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
Fast forward, I had to tell her, hey, I'm in a committed relationship, right? That was like 2 years, but we were just talking because of the car and stuff, and that's it. She blocked me off. She took off the car and everything. And
you told her that you were in a committed relationship.
yeah.
But with who?
With Diana, because she would text me. and
Oh,
call me,
gotcha,
right?
okay.
But then to some extent, I did have fault because, right, I'd never put the right boundaries.
Because the reason why I asked is I thought you were going to tell her I'm in a committed relationship with God. I was like, okay, that's a good line. Yeah. No, but no, you're still good.
Don't use that. Girls be using that.
When they're bro zoning you.
So the relationship there changed, but I've always gotten. I've always believed, you could be friends with girls, right? I was of that belief, right? Past tense. Right now, it's something hard, but I was like, you can still be friends, bro. What's the beef around here, dog?
Yeah.
I mean, let's clarify, right? We're talking about relationships.
I wanted to dive into that
because it's a relationship. A man and a woman outside of a romantic relationship, a marriage. It's not that it's inherently bad. It's not inherently sinful.
It's not wrong to have. Yeah.
I'm friends with Renee's wife, right? But I don't hit up Iris without Renee being present. I mean, I don't ever hit up Iris, neither text or call.
Yeah.
And if you do, it's in a group chat.
Correct, right? There's boundaries, right? And that's that's the key. There's boundaries. So I just wanted to make that clarification, right?
Yeah.
It's not relationship with the opposite sex. It's not that it's inherently sinful. I mean, the problem is, right, we're talking about, a person who is an ex-girlfriend of yours.
Yeah.
And you already have that soul tie. You've already crossed the line of intimacy.
Correct.
And then you break up. Oh, let's just be friends. That does not work. You already know each other way too much to the point where you can never go back. You can pretend like we're fine, but you both have thoughts and memories with each other.
100%.
It's just like it doesn't work out. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And as I started growing and seeing the men here, right, and even men at church that are married, right, like their female friends are their boys' spouse, right?
Yeah.
And even with correct boundaries, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So that took me in a loop, and then it planned out well. We don't that soul tied, right? That relationship is no longer there. From like way after she was like deuces from the car. So that was a blessing of its own.
That took a long time.
Yeah.
That took a lot of boundaries.
And a lot of boundaries.
A lot of boundaries.
And a lot of, bro, and honestly, you know, like I said earlier, you know, I used to get the text like, hey man, you know, I slipped. But you, instead of you staying there in the slip up, you always repented, you know? You always repented. You always, you know,
sought accountability.
You know, and sometimes you would get ahead of yourself and you'd be like, man, you know, I'm tempted right now. I need you guys to like call me, pray for me.
Yeah.
Who can I meet up with right now? Because if se me dejan solo, I'm gonna go get me some buns.
Yeah, I want
you know. So you did the work, bro. You know, and you reached that final point where you were like, you know what, enough is enough. Why do I like I said earlier, why do I keep taking this off the cross?
Yeah.
And then nailing it back because. Yeah, I'm done with it.
Jesus died for that, right?
Jesus died for that, so stop taking it off.
Correct.
You know.
Yeah, and then with that came also, you know, with other addictions, right? With cigarettes, I was hooked on cigarettes, big time, man. Like, you know, and it was because of Alex, because Alex snitched me out.
Oh, word? I thought you was gonna put it on the podcast.
Alex snitched me out, and he was like, "Man, what do you have a lighter for?" I'm like, "Bro, for the candles here." He's like, "Man, there ain't no damn,
ain't no doggone candles in here."
Parentheses. We should talk about this on another podcast, but maybe like, is snitching a thing in the kingdom?
Yeah.
Is there? It's a question for another podcast.
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm probably gonna upset some people, but you know who the biggest snitch is? The Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit be snitching.
Facts. Because
he be snitching on you.
If you are not gonna reveal it, like if you're being unfaithful to your wife, if you're doing something behind your wife's back, or you don't even have to be married. I mean, you can be slipping on things. You've said, Lord, I want to commit life to you. I want to please you. And if there's hypocrisy in there, if you're not being honest with yourself, man, the Lord will reveal it to other people.
I mean, it's biblical. Whatever's done in the dark will eventually come to the light.
Yeah.
That right there, Jesus is telling you, I'm going to snitch.
Exactly.
Because I love you.
Bro,
that's why he snitches.
And
take it a step further. It's crazy. Look, when I was married and I was out there running around, it's crazy because my ex would tell me, like, you doing something. God tells me. And I'll be like, yo, she crazy. She really got like that sixth sense. And then when things were like, she would warn me first, and then she'll catch me. Be like, oh, you catch me. I thought I was, like I was covering all my tracks. I thought I was being on point.
Oh, man.
And she would just be like, nah, God told me. Man, don't be running game on me. Who told you? Like, nah, God told me.
Bro, that's...
And I really didn't understand it or really believe it. I would always think like, yo, she up to no good or something.
Yeah,
she looking on my phone while I be sleeping, something.
Yeah.
And I've come to understand now that the Holy Spirit does talk to you.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. So I mean, because that whole snitches get stitches, that's a worldly thing. That's a street thing.
No, it's a kingdom thing too.
No. look up which verse it is, and it's not Proverbs 69:420. That doesn't exist. Yeah, that's maybe a topic for another.
Worked up.
You know how to push my buttons. Let's go back to relationships. That'll be on the next episode. Is snitching... What was the question?
Is snitching wrong in the kingdom?
In the kingdom. So stay tuned. Anyway, going back to relationships.
Yeah, if you want to see this man get worked up, tune in for sure.
No, we're not gonna get worked up. But to go back to what we were talking about, Chris. So I guess,
and then I was hoeing around.
Okay, yeah. So yes.
What a way to tie it all together.
I mean, listen, it's true, bro.
I was hoeing around, right? I was going on dates, and stuff like that, and thinking about
trying to get ahead of God and all that.
Right, trying to get ahead of God, and then there was a period that I didn't go to church for like 3 to 4 months, right? I would be like, oh, I'll watch online. I'm terrible, experience. I didn't like it. I was like, man, I'll just go back to sleep. In that phase, I was far from God, and then I come back into the house, and I'm like, okay, here we go again. Girls started from church. Some girls were there. I was prospecting, right? But God, God real quick was like, my man's, you lustful, dog. You lustful, and then here we go again. I was like, damn, bro, here we go with this crap again, right? Mm-hmm. And then. In that moment, I was like, I had two things, right? Either run from God and run from church, or really put in the work.
Yeah.
And once you start putting in the work, everything started planning out. Then I had an opportunity with getting to know people and stuff, and I was like, this is not for me, bro. 2 minutes into a conversation, I was like, nah, this is fugazi. Yeah, this is fugazi. We come back from your wedding in Puerto Rico, and even before that, I think you had introduced us to my now fiance Diana. That you were like, man, I like Iris and stuff like that. And you know, it's a funny thing because my first recollection of Diana was like, she's una pesada, she's very mean, right? I was like, bro,
he didn't mean that, by the way.
Oh my God.
you know.
I hope she doesn't listen to this.
Yeah, she knows.
she will.
She knows it. She knows it. I was like, you know, Renee was sharing that he liked Iris to, you know, Sandro, myself. And she was like, bro, but you're telling half the world. I'm like, bro, let this man talk. Let this man talk, tell whoever he wants.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Was that Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A.
yeah.
Bro,
oh
that's
my
crazy.
God,
We were working.
That's when her and I used to still work together.
Yeah.
We had
So-
lunch. We all took a lunch break together.
That was our Chick-fil-A Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good time.
Chick-fil-A Wednesdays.
So, you know, she was like that. And I'm like, bro, I can't stand this girl. I really can't. You know, una pesada. And
You said that.
yeah.
You know what's funny? You're saying that, but I remember. I'll never forget. I don't know if you remember this, but I'll never forget when we were outside of the ale house, the Miller's Ale House on
The route.
Kendall Drive. No,
Oh,
Kendall
it was just you and I, right?
yeah. And you were, and I was, I don't know why I brought Diana up, and I said that she finds so and so at church attractive, and you were like, man, for real? And I was like, yeah, bro, why? And he goes, you know, bro, cause she kind of cute, bro. But all right, bro, that's what she likes. That's what she likes.
Yeah.
And that was like, this was a long time ago. This was even before you started praying and really hoping that she
Yeah.
would be your girl. Like this was you in. But it's funny how that started.
Right. And then fast forward, I did the choir at Brave, right? The choir for that Christmas thing. Yeah. And we took a group picture and
They
you
shut
know,
off Chris's mic though.
Yeah. I could sing, guys. I could sing.
That is a lie.
And then we took a picture, whatever. And then, you know, to this day we joke around, you know, that set it off. And then down the line, you know, I was seeing something in her. I'm like, man, she cute, you know, she right.
Yeah.
She right.
And you guys really hit it off as friends. I mean, you guys were amazing as friends.
Yeah.
You guys were such a joy to be around because you guys, you know, always made each other laugh. You made everybody else laugh.
Yeah,
The stuff that you guys would talk about. And that's really where we all started like, okay, maybe something is happening here.
Yeah.
You know?
So with that, all of that, right? I remember we went to Flanagan's and it wasn't, you know, it was you and I started dating and it was her and I there. Bro, we cracking jokes and it's all good, man. You know, we started talking here and there, and then she just out of nowhere was like deuces, right? Because she was going through something in her life.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's when she stopped talking to everybody for like 3 months.
Right. And then I was like, all right.
She would only talk to Iris.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, she playing hard to get. You know what I'm saying? Right? And I would still text everyone.
That was like a little bit before my wedding. Yeah.
Oh, so I fast forward a lot, bro. You know, I fast forward a lot. So I think
So yeah, before we get to you guys,
I think the next year we did like a boys trip to the Keys.
Oh yeah,
we did a boys.
that was Labor Day, the one with.
I was in Kendall. I was already married, and we were in Kendall.
Yeah, and I remember we were having a good time, and I go to Sandro.
Bro,
My
you're
brother.
jumping years. Like you're telling a story from 2020, then 23, and then
No,
21.
but 21 was kind of like where we really like hit it off. We talked here and there.
Okay, Labor Day. Got it. My bad.
Labor Day. That's when everything started really like unfolding.
That's when you really told us, right? That's when you told all of us that.
You know, Alex wasn't there.
Yeah, but you told us, me, Richard.
Alex was there.
No, he wasn't.
No,
there.
he wasn't.
I didn't go to that trip.
Right.
he didn't
And
go.
then I go me being a clown. I'm like, my brother, I gotta tell you
my
something.
wife.
Then it's gonna be my wife.
You
And
told
he's
me the
like,
same thing.
And he's like, have you told Renee? I'm about to though.
And when he told me, I was like, for real?
Yeah.
For real?
And then I'm like, yeah, man, I sound crazy.
I was
right
like,
now.
that's so out of left field. Because it's not like, hey man, you know, I really like Diana. No, this man just straight up goes,
She's gonna be
my
my
wife.
He said that thing like 2 years before
You had
anything.
you were
happened.
10 toes into the ground, confident, bro.
Yeah. And then-
it paid off, and that was what that was almost 2 years before you guys
Right.
really got together.
Right. And then,
Crazy.
we were kind of talking, in her defense, and, even with me, even at times, I think our kindness and our niceness could be confused with flirtiness.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because I'm in that boat. Right. And she was in that boat too.
Same.
Right. And,
I had to learn the hard way.
huh?
I had to learn the hard way. That's another topic. For
Oh,
another day.
okay.
That's when you're too nice.
When you're too nice, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Girls misinterpret
See,
that.
I don't have that problem. I'm not nice.
Continue, sir.
My wife is very grateful for that.
So, after I did that, I went like on a confident boost high. Right.
yeah.
After that, what came up? Thanksgiving came up. That she planned out Thanksgiving at the
Smithers?
at the
the
Smithers.
Smithers. Shout out to Smithers.
And then she said a comment to me while you were next to me.
that you smell good, or you-
no, but
Yeah,
then she
yeah,
also she complimented how you look. She was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you look very nice today."
Yeah, yeah,
She said, you look very handsome.
And I was like,
yeah, there you go.
But she also went like, "Oh, you look good."
Yeah, she fixed my collar, and Sandra's like, I look good too, though.
I had to break the tension. I'm like, "Woman, get your hand off of him." Like this man trying to do things right.
Right? And then little things like that. We would go to the improv. She would ask if I was going, right? That's January, the improv, if I would go
Oh
and
yeah,
whatnot.
because the time that Alex,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
she was there. She was there. That's
Story
Right.
for another time. Story for another time.
And then after that, we go watch Avatar, Avatar, the movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the second one.
Yeah, and then she goes, I remember it was
Oh my
me-
gosh, yes.
we did that on
Me-
purpose though.
Me,
Yeah.
Oliver, and Richard.
Shout out Oliver.
Shout out Oliver. I love you, man. Glad you're back in the USA. Right? She comes in with Iris or whatnot, and then she starts saying hi to everybody, and she goes to me, "You're gonna let me sit by myself in Spanish. Te vas a sentar aquí
So
sola."
what had to sentar aquí sola?
And then Oliver and Richard, I was like, "Bro, I'm not crazy. You heard that, right? You heard that." I'm like, "You heard that." And then, shout out to my boys, right? Oliver and Richard, they're like, yeah, bro, let's get up.
But listen, but really important, right? In all of that, she was still saying that
She
no,
didn't
she
like
didn't
him
like
or
you.
whatever, yeah.
She didn't like you like that. She loved you as a brother. In all of that,
Yeah.
Because I remember I confronted her. Sandra, I think we were all like,
You spoke to her, and
Yeah.
I think she told you like, no,
No,
she's
yeah.
not it for me. And then
yeah, me
but
and Iris
I always
confronted.
felt like there was something there.
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
I was like, maybe no for now, but we'll see
Maybe
what
no for
happens.
now. Yeah,
Right. And then I think after that, you guys sat me down, or you guys spoke to me after like an event at church in the back of the church, right? You guys remember? No?
Yeah, that back of the church, we've had many filete talks.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And you're like, Renee was like, my brother, she's not. She doesn't want to date nobody. She doesn't want to date nobody. And I think.
Oh, in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
We had a lot of those. There.
Yeah, and in that season, I think you were trying to just protect me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In that given moment, but I was, I would, I'm.
You looked
willingly-
so sad when I said it too. I was
Yeah.
like, I feel so bad.
Yeah, but you know what? I was still stubborn, right? Because I was
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
I
That's
was
okay.
still
She's still
pursuing.
my
No, but you were stubborn with a purpose, bro. Like you didn't let go,
Yeah, I did it.
and God came through.
Right, he came through, but I think what a lot of people, especially single men, right? Single men will get discouraged on that first no,
Yeah,
right? But God's promises are always yes and amen,
Right.
right?
Amen.
And we're
According to his will.
according to His will.
right. And then you pray so much, and you have that intimacy with God. When you hear a yes, you know it's Him.
Yeah,
Right. So that's why, yes, I bummed out. Yes. Was I sad? Yes. Did I feel defeated? Yes. But at the end of the day, I knew His will was going to be done whenever it needed to be done. So I was okay with waiting.
right,
That's what I said to myself.
right. That's what I said to myself.
That's what I said to myself. And then, I went basically walled out, but not walled out. Like I would go to concerts and boats and,
Secular activities.
secular activities, right? With no boundaries, just living life,
You was doing like Step Brothers? Like Step Brothers?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, so, I was living life, and, every time I was like, man, is this what a man of God really is? right? It's really going out on boats with half naked women in bikinis, basically, right? But if you struggle with lust and pornography, why are you gonna put yourself?
Why are you putting yourself in that situation?
Right? And then I'm like, man, I'm just delaying my blessing of a wife because I'm being disobedient. Where God is, man, I already took you out of this.
Right.
Why are you coming back?
You were delaying him giving you the girl that you were already praying for and had your eyes on.
Yeah. So I was like, man, I gotta get my act together, right? And then I started, going through a whole cleansing, unfollowing women and stuff like that.
You got to purge that IG.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And then I think that's very important. Let's pause real quick and side with this, right? Like when you know your flaws, when you know that thorn in your side, like Paul had, when you have that issue that is a daily battle, you need to attack that thing head on.
Yeah.
Because I think we've all gone through that where we've had to purge our Instagram, because I had to do the same thing. I remember I used to fight with Chris, like, Chris, unfollow all these people.
And then I'm like, bro, it's just an account, bro.
And I'm like, no. Remember? And even with your Twitter, I remember I was like, delete your Twitter. And we were here together.
Oh,
it was me, Richard. And you were like, yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, do it right now, bro. And you're like, man, I'll do it right now.
Bro, I don't want to let this slip because you said something that was so good. And I heard a quote today that I just had to bring it up. I heard a quote today. It said, "Seize not a day from this work," the work being this. "Be killing sin or it will be killing you."
Right.
Be killing sin or it will be killing you. And it says before that, "Seize not a day from this work." Don't stop. Don't let a day go by without you killing sin.
That's what
or it will kill you.
And lust is that sin for men. A lot of men. Right? The majority of men struggle with lust, and not just lust of women. It could be lust of money, lust of whatever. Lust comes in many different forms, but mainly, we can focus on women because that's our situation, right? Where we struggle, with the wandering eye, with the temptations on the internet, temptations on certain shows on Netflix or whatever that you shouldn't watch, or lo que sea, music,
Game
right?
of Thrones.
Huh?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Wrong. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. But anyways, what I'm saying is like, you have to attack that thing head on. You have to take that fight every single day. The second your feet hit the ground, you got to be prepared to fight that thing. And the best way to fight it is to, you're on a boat and there's holes coming in. What holes you got to plug in, and if one of those holes that you gotta patch so water can stop getting into your boat is social media, dude. Either get off of it, or delete it, delete your account, or dude, start purging. For me personally, like I purge and I get off of it Monday through Friday. I'm on it only on the weekends. Why? Because I have you guys around me all weekend, or I have my wife around me all weekend, so I know I'm being watched. Because I ain't gonna be looking at no booty chicks with you guys next to me.
Yeah.
Because one, but for real, because I don't need you guys to slip.
That's good.
Because then I'm gonna be a stumbling block.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Wait, that Colombian chick, the one that I.
Right.
Yes, I remember. Thank you.
But you see, that's what.
Oh no.
Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Like,
so right there, the stumbling block.
Yeah, like
Don't stop fixing your feet and everything.
No, it's real. Chris. You put that business out there, so I'll say it. I was discipling Chris, and I was actively helping him to purge. But in the process of the purging, he would be like, "Do I need to unfollow this one?" And I'm like, "Yes,
I would say,
but." Man, take that thing off of me. It will catch me, right? And his intention was like, "What about this one?" And I'm like, "Yes, Chris, bro, don't show me anymore." And yes, there was a lot of purging.
I remember I remember there would be times where like we would either talk about a certain something or whatever, and I remember if it would be involving women, I'd be like, "Is it bad? If it's bad, don't show me." Because again,
that stays with you, man.
It stays with you, man. That's the problem. Especially when you go without it for so long. One little thing, man. One little boob, one little booty cheek.
Man, them shoulders be doing something.
bro. But for real, you know, one little thing that triggers you, and you're like, oh, now I want to go look at more,
bro. And that's the thing with like for me, and I do everything, and that's why that quote resonated with me so much. Be killing sin, or it will kill you. Every day, I'm killing any little thing that can cause me to stumble because I know myself. Yeah. I know the moment I see. Bro, and I've said the story before. I don't know if one of those episodes got deleted or lost, but the story at the cruise. You remember we were at the cruise?
Yeah.
So we all went on a cruise together. Thank God that you and Jonathan were there, because I'm flipping through the channels and I'm like, oh, bro, like tonight.
I was right next to you because John was in the bathroom.
So I'm like, oh, let's while we wait. I think the girls were getting ready for dinner, so whatever, we're waiting, and I'm like, let's watch a movie or something while we wait. I'm flipping through, bro, and out of nowhere, porn comes out. Like it's like.
And mind you, hold up, before you continue, put that into context, because you were married at this moment.
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
You're already married.
Yes, and
the only one
I had
married.
gone. Yeah, that's true. That's why we were sleeping guys with guys, and our room was just guys, and then yeah, I know I couldn't sleep with my own wife because I had to be accountable and protect these guys.
These losers.
That's another story. Shout out to Joe. We got to tell that story in full transparency when Joe's here. But anyway, I'm going through the like it's like little like
the artwork,
the artwork of the
movies, like the cover art.
Yes, and I'm just scrolling, trying to find something, bro, and out of nowhere, like I kid you not, it was like 10 porn stars, but just like out of nowhere. Not even like you're stepping into the adult section. No warning, just boom.
Nickelodeon, boobs.
Bro, out of nowhere. Yeah. And I literally, like, I caught it and I was like, I said, thank God you guys are here. Because knowing my flesh, bro, I would have gone down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
That's just me. And the problem with that is I know myself too much. I think it was Pastor Mike Todd who used to say that sin always comes with friends. So what happens? If I would have stumbled in that moment, I would have been so ashamed that I would have lied to my wife about it. No, I didn't see anything. Mm-hmm. And my pride would have kept me from telling her the truth. Right. Lust, lying, and pride all would have come together and taken a hold of me.
And that only grows, man. All of that just makes you do it again and again.
100%
shame.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we got to this, but we were talking about.
Talking about you purging your Instagram.
Oh yeah, the Instagram purging, that was tough, and tough because you're denying your flesh at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You're denying your flesh, and I think it was like 200 plus accounts that I had.
It was a lot of them, bro.
Yeah, 200.
And hey, same here, bro. When I came back to Christ, same
bro.
here.
And you know what's crazy? Like Paul talks about, when you get saved, like almost like scales fall off your eyes. He uses an analogy. I don't remember what it was exactly, but like something just falls off your eyes. And it's crazy because when you get saved,
what happened to him.
Exactly.
That's how he got blinded.
Exactly. And so like when you start to see you're walking in the light, you're walking in the truth, you see things differently. And like when I was in my purging season, I'm like, what am I doing following? Like it's so random. But you start realizing it, what am I doing?
Yeah, even those accounts that have like memes and stuff, out of a sudden to reset algorithms, they'll throw like a woman out there.
Oh yeah,
right?
Because they know that
catches you,
right?
Right. Yeah. So that happened. I did that. I quit smoking because it's also the smoking cigarettes. There was a lot of things I had to stop doing, right? I had to cut some friends off from my past, right? Mm-hmm. Which is another thing. My Saturday nights was not, see the dirty rabbit.
Right, we're not popping no more.
Yeah, now my Saturday nights were like, yo, you watching the UFC fight tonight? All right, let's do it, bro.
Honestly, thank God for the UFC, bro. I think that kept us all together.
Thank God for Dana White in the UFC.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yes.
So, coming down the line, I was like, man, I think I'm ready to date. And your wedding was approaching, right? Your wedding was approaching, and I was like, I would talk to all of you individually, even together. I would not try to, be that guy to bring up the same topic over and over again. And I think we were helping you guys move and paint your home. Mm-hmm. And I think your wife was like, are you so interested in Diana? And I was like, heck yeah, what's up?
I remember that. Yeah.
Tell Shawty to hit me up.
Hey, put me down.
Yeah, put me down.
Hey, what you know that I don't know? Why are you asking me these questions right now?
Right, and then I started getting encouragement. Right, the script flipped. Right, from like, yo, don't do it. Not now, bro. Relax. And then I'll be going to him and be like, bro, I'm about to give up. He's like, bro, you never know, bro. she could be prospecting you, bro. She could be prospecting.
Yeah.
No, she ain't, dog. And I was like, be careful what you post on your Instagram. Be careful who you're hanging with.
Bro,
You're welcome. You're making fun now, but
right. But let me tell you.
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
tell you. And I don't know if she's ever told you this, and she can get mad at me, but it's nothing bad. But I remember when I was advocating for you, and I was like, you know, what is it stopping you from giving Chris a chance? And I remember that she would bring up like, look at what he does on the weekend. And this is when you were doing your boats and your concerts and all. Like, look at what he does on the weekend. Why I can't bring that around my kid, you know, because she has a child, you know, young child, and she's like, I can't bring that influence around my son, you know, because his father already does those stupid things. I don't need the guy that I might potentially marry do those things too, you know. And also, I think also one thing was that you weren't serving as much until finally I recruited you into the safety team.
Yeah. So
and that also helped.
Right. So I was transitioning back from Brickell, right? From Brickell. And then I was like, let me take a little sabbatical. You know, let me just go to church and
like a 90-day sabbatical.
Yeah. No, more like 4 months, you know.
Okay.
Call it 120. Right. You know, and then I was like, okay, let me get back in and whatnot. And once I got plugged in, you know, I was like, damn, bro, we could better be here at 9, bro. That's crazy. I was like, never in my right mind, I'll be here at 9. Yeah. And then, you know, that started happening. And get to your wedding. Oh, the night before, Richard and I went to hang out. And, you know, we're just talking. And I'm like, bro, I can't believe my man's about to get married, bro. He about to get some buns tomorrow. Like, I'm happy for him.
Some legal buns.
Yeah. And then Richard's like, bro, I think you should tell Diana you like her. I'm like, nah, dog. and then I think it was you that I saw the next day. He's like, you're going to do it or what? And I'm like, no. Maybe. I don't know. And then Sandro's like, bro, if people are telling you to encourage you to do it, that has to mean something, bro. Yeah. And you know, down that same week, Thursday we meet up, and I flat out told her, yo, baby girl, I like you, dog. What's up? Give your boy a chance. You know, and
but you said that before the wedding.
No, after your wedding.
Oh, okay.
After your wedding.
So, but really, I think what caught her attention was at the wedding. You were serving her. You know, you know, you were serving her. Yeah, you were bringing her drinks. Yes. Oh my God, yes.
And not champagne.
You know, bringing her drinks. You know, as one does at a wedding. Yeah. You know. So and she saw that, but you know that little act showed her like, you know what, he cares, you know, and that's our role as the husband is to serve. So you planted those seeds right there.
And to be honest with you, that day that she came into the room that we were waiting just to walk out with you, right before that, she came to say hi to me, bro, and I froze. Like I was like, I walked out. Right, I walked out. She went to say hi to me, and I walked out, and I was overwhelmed. And then this man goes to me, "What's wrong, dog?" You know, I didn't tell him. I'm like, nah, bro. This man's gonna get married, dog. I'm gonna go feed for him. You know, I was getting nervous for you. But the next day we spoke, and I was like, man, the woman of God that I had envisioned, that God had promised me, is Diana, and it's the most beautiful and purest thing I've seen in my life.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. And I remember that car ride back home that same night of your wedding. With Jonathan, I was bawling tears, bro. I was bawling tears, and I was like, man, God knows what he does, right? He knew us before we were formed in our mom's womb. And the creation he made in Diana, at least for me, was like, man, this is the woman I need in my life.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's it. Thursday comes around, after the wedding. And it was a first date, but it wasn't really the first date. It was an interview. Right?
You was on an interview.
Right? And it was like a 6-hour interview, man. You know? And, you know, we got over that, oh my God, what's your favorite color? Oh my God, what's your favorite food? You know, like, that's nothing. Why do you like me? Yeah. Why should we even try this out? Right? I have a kid. Are you ready to be a father? Yeah. All these questions started coming up, and... Oof. You know, this is not like...
Well, those are the questions that she needed answered, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then it
right, and the right questions to ask.
Right, but it also shows the level of maturity and the level of readiness that we both were already okay to step into this new season, right?
Yeah.
Because I think even in our relationships in God, and we're trying to get to know people, we want to know the silly things, right? Oh, what's your favorite color? But dude, that fades out. What value are you bringing to my life? What value am I adding to your life, right? Are we compatible to grow together, right? Is there someone that I want to grow with, right? So that conversation happened, man, and since then history happened.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. Yeah, the rest is history. And then January, I proposed to this woman.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Sweating like ain't no tomorrow.
You almost exposed all of us while we were hiding in the bushes.
Yeah. She said yes, thankfully. She said yes, man. And now a wedding, September 20, 2024. And, and can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Gotta make sure I'm off that day.
Yo, request.
Can I bring you guys back real quick? Do you remember where we were when we found out that Diana was going to give Chris a chance?
No.
At the Smithers?
No. Well, all right. So,
Well, that's where she got her pep talk.
Yeah.
From Joe and Laura. Like, what's stopping you from giving him a
Joe's
chance?
Birthday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. Because Joe's birthday was right after the wedding.
Right. So I was taking you and Iris to the port of Miami.
Oh, that's right. For a
your
honeymoon.
Honeymoon. And apparently, I guess, I'm probably snitching. Sorry. Iris gets a text from Diana saying, if Chris asks me out for coffee, I'm going to,
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Say yes.
And we were like on your corner. Well, obviously,
bro, we almost got into a car accident.
Yeah.
Because we were just all yelling.
Ask her for coffee, man. Ask her for coffee. Did you ask her? No, tomorrow. Bro, ask her right now, dude.
Yeah. Well, that was, man. But, I guess we could start wrapping it up here. But one last thing, right, that I would say is you, again, I said it in the beginning, you persevered, bro. You held on. When there was a lot of moments of discouragement, you held on. You kept God in the middle. You prayed. You fasted. You sought the Lord. And even when the girl that God told you yes was telling you no herself, because your actions at the time. But man, you changed.
Yeah.
You did the work. You changed and you stopped doing the things that you were doing. You stopped the partying and the drinking and all that stuff. And you separated yourself from those friends, that you knew were the ones that were your stumbling block at the time, and because of all of that obedience, you've been blessed.
100%.
Again, the right person at the wrong time is the wrong person.
Right.
Yeah.
All in God's timing.
Yeah, man. And, and also, right, with that being said, is just because, and this would apply to any relationship, right? Not just a romantic one, is that even once we have a good friend, a good fiance, girlfriend, whatever it is cultivate that relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Make it grow, right? Mm-hmm. And because I think with that is that once you get to that married realm, right, you guys, I think, could attest to it. Your circle becomes even way smaller than it used to be before, right?
Yep.
So the quality of friends that you want to have, it's going to overtake anything else, right?
Right.
And lastly, is the support of all of you guys, right? To really call out my blind spots and, her friends as well, right? To call her blind spots. Like, man, it's not now.
That's what I was going to say. Talk about community.
Yeah.
Because throughout this entire pretty much podcast that, Chris has kind of taken the lead on, we've heard points from everybody.
Yeah.
Where at some point, either it was us trying to feel like we were protecting our boy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or us trying to encourage our boy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From, Renee being like, yo, my boy, this is not going to happen. Like, leave it alone. From us telling him, hey, don't quit now. Like, yo, you stuck it out 6 months, 8 months.
You're stucking it out. Stuck it out all the way.
Stick it through.
Yeah.
Yo, it's not working. I remember even having that conversation with you. Like, yo, she likes somebody else. And I'm like, man, let's get that dude. Remember? Let's jump up in the parking lot. But I would always tell him.
Can't like somebody that's not around.
Yeah, for real. It's home team, you feel me? And I remember I would tell him, like, man, don't even worry about that. Just keep praying on it. Keep doing you. Keep being you.
Yeah.
Believe me, she will eventually see you for who you are.
Yeah.
And we would always talk about this. And it's just crazy because time comes, to pass. And it's like, wow, you did the work.
Yeah.
And look at the fruits of your labor.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is, man.
And I'll just say this last thing as we finish. I'm jealous because I didn't have this when Kim and I first started dating. If I would have had you guys when Kim and I first started dating, we would have saved ourselves from so many mistakes. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm grateful that I have you guys now. But sometimes, we hear the stories of like, oh, we encourage and we protected. And I was like, man, I wish I would have had that.
Yeah.
For some reason, y'all were being disobedient, didn't show up till later, but no, I'm kidding. No, God knows why. But yeah, I love you boys. And I'm grateful that we have this because this is what keeps us accountable, supports each other, supports us, encourages us, corrects us. Mm-hmm. In every context of our lives, whether it's relationships, romantic, friendships. We've had moments where we hold each other accountable as boys, as friends, and we'll get into those stories, about, correcting each other for good or for worse,
I mean, we had moments that we spoke about before we started where it was like, we felt like at times like maybe we were going to fight with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we'll talk about those too. I think we'll
and,
definitely leave that for another time. But
it's all part of relationship.
Absolutely, 100%.
Because it's all how you kind of get back to it.
Absolutely,
you know.
Yeah. So we'll definitely talk about that on another pod. But stay tuned for another episode. Hopefully next week. We're going to be doing these weekly.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. We love you guys. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.